Hey everyone! So today I'm just filming an impromptu, non-scripted video. I need to go to Huaqiangbei for a bank appointment, and as many of the shops and vendors will actually stop working tomorrow for Chinese New Year, I thought let's actually go check out Huaqiangbei today, see how it's going. So I'm about to take the subway. It's just 2 stations here from my office to Huaqiangbei. The weather lately has been very strange. It's been like super hot, super cold, and a mix in between. For someone like me from New Zealand, particularly Auckland, that's pretty normal, but I don't like it. Okay, so I like to just use Alipay to get onto the subway. Otherwise you can buy a token, which is the old school way. But yeah, this is the way to do it. So I actually need to go to line 1 because it's closer to the bank. This station has line 1, line 2/8 and line 5, which was a recent extension. But yeah, it's huge. Maybe this one station is the equivalent of the Britomart station in Auckland. I think it's just been renamed to something else, but for reference. So Huaqiangbei. So to exit is Alipay as well. And then that either debits your bank card, credit card, or your balance, whatever you have. So straight away in there, there's people doing phone repairs and selling refurbished phones, tablets, iPads, all of that kind of jazz. You got some fried dumplings there. Okay, and one thing that's very common in Huaqiangbei at the moment, because China has a very relaxed tourism policy at the moment, there's about 50 or so countries that get visa on arrival. There's an increase of kind of touts within Huaqiangbei, which are really annoying, which are trying to sell fake watches, fake wallets, fake handbags, sunglasses, all of that kind of thing. And there's so many of them, it needs to stop, to be honest. But yeah, just don't be alarmed if they do approach you and you do come here. So SEG Market, this is probably the most famous part of Huaqiangbei. And you can see right there, that's exactly what I mean. Okay, to the bank. I might need to wait. Usually banks and government offices have like a break from midday to 2 p.m. So if it's closed, I'll just go and walk around a little bit. And another person right there selling watches and this fake crap. If you do want to buy fake stuff, which I don't support, it's generally better to go to Guangzhou for that kind of thing, as that's where most of the factories are. There's also Lohu Commercial City and some parts of Dongmen you can find it. It's from 12 until 2, so I got 20 minutes. I may as well just shoot around. So if you're not sure about Chinese New Year, effectively that's kind of like Christmas, New Year's, everything the West has in one holiday. nowadays, a lot of people in Shenzhen who live here may not go back home other than for Chinese New Year. So this is the big holiday. You have people stopping anytime from tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, the week after. It really depends on what you want to do. But yeah, for a lot of people, 2 or 3 weeks, they will have off to connect with their loved ones. You know, it's a really hard grind for a lot of people in Shenzhen. They might not even have their kids here. If their kids are young, like toddlers, they may still be at the hometown with the parents. The parents might be here in Shenzhen. I don't know. Everyone has a different story. And that's one of the interesting things in Huaqiangbei, right? Every little shop, every little stall, each person running it has a different story. So this is like the main strip of Huaqiangbei down here. Interesting. Nuts and dates and things like that from Shenzhen. Huh, that's funny. Yeah, this is kind of like, I suppose, the typical Temu, AliExpress kind of stuff you'll find. But you actually see all of this throughout the markets. So I assume people buy this stuff. A lot of this is probably for people to take back to their hometowns. You know, gifts. And then of course, Huaqiangbei now is basically used as a tourist location. Wow. Okay, it is very hot now. So it's like a kind of back alley. I want to just have a look here because there's an area where they send a lot of like the packages for Taobao and Pinduoduo, so like the Chinese version of Temu. I just want to see how the stockpile is. I used to spend so much time here that people I know would kind of nickname me the Huaqiangbei guy. So yeah, I know this area pretty well. It hasn't changed too much over the years. Just don't get hit by an e-bike, which you may, and life will be all right. So this is the part I wanted to see. And yeah, you can see there's just so much happening. For you, this is probably sensory overload. When you live in China, you just get used to this. A lot of foreigners, they come to Huaqiangbei and they're like, oh, you know, there's not enough English. Oh, this guy doesn't seem very interested to sell the one phone case to me or whatever. That's because you completely misinterpret it and misunderstand what Huaqiangbei is. Yeah, there's kind of like a tourism element, but Huaqiangbei is generally like a wholesale warehouse. People will buy products, they'll list products from here, sell it online, then they come pick it up the next day. They don't have to own stock because they can just come here to get the stock when it sells. So you have people coming all over China who set themselves up literally from this market. Chill. And yeah, like I even have stories of friends here who've told me that when they first came here, their business was on Taobao selling phone cases. They could sell like 100, 200 cases a day at, you know, even if it's like a 2 RMB profit, compared to working for someone else, that was a lot of money overall, and the freedom. Ah, really nice day. E-bikes are like a very common mode of transportation around here, as you can see. And the shared bikes that people were hating on and saying was never going to last in China, well, they're still around and I like to use them as well. Probably can't really see, but straight in the background down there is actually Hong Kong. So if you go straight forward, there is the Shenzhen or Shamchan River, which is dividing us between Hong Kong at this part of Shenzhen. But yeah, don't worry. We will go into the market and have a quick look around. There's one product I was looking at. I was just looking at Amazon yesterday, and I want to source a good model because I believe it has decent potential to sell, yeah, maybe 500 to 1,000 units a month. So yeah, may as well do that while I'm here. I leave China next Tuesday, so today is actually Thursday. I'm basically just gonna upload this with no editing. Okay, boss. So what's very good for me, I possibly have one of the only sourcing agencies / trading companies from New Zealand, and possibly even, I'll put the Australian link in there, to be in close proximity to Huaqiangbei. I now, as of a few weeks ago, have residence permit in China, and the company has been set up with the full export license, import license, everything. So everything is going ahead nicely, and yeah, able to onboard clients after Chinese New Year. $140 is for the chicken one, and you want the chicken. You know, there's a million videos in Huaqiangbei these days. I'm not trying to do a full breakdown video. I might one day, and do negotiations and looking at products, all that kind of thing. This can be a place to source. It's not necessarily the best place to source because a lot of the time you're not dealing with a factory, you're just dealing with a middleman. But for some quantities, that might be appropriate. So you can see it's huge. You'll never see anything like this in Australia or New Zealand, and probably most Western countries. I know there's some parts of Asia which have something a bit similar. I guess the difference with Huaqiangbei is that pretty much everything here is coming from within Guangdong province, if not Shenzhen itself. You're probably curious about language. Because they're mainly dealing with trading companies and Chinese customers, a lot of shops won't speak English, but you might be able to get by using translation apps. Otherwise, you can hire a sourcing agent or translator to come here with you. It really depends on what you're trying to do here. Are you just wanting to come here to have a look around, or are you trying to do some serious business? You see, like this guy here is selling graphics cards. That's not necessarily for wholesale bulk quantities. That's just because there's computer shops here. So it's part of the ecosystem that the computer shops might go to that guy to get their graphics cards, so they don't need to hold the inventory. You'll see a lot of that in this kind of market. The cell phone markets are probably an even better illustration of that. Like you have someone selling the motherboard, someone selling a camera, someone selling the back cover. And you'd go, it wouldn't make sense if it was a single shop selling it, but because everyone is selling one piece of the process or the finished product, it adds up. bank all done. It's like 26, 27 degrees, so may as well get a drink. Oh. Some meatballs? Nah. Too early for alcohol. Not that I'm going to drink it today. Birch sap juice or coconut water. Oh, 2 monsters for 11 and I get a bag if I pay, what, an extra amount. Why not? Coconut. Alien energy.
请使用微信刷脸或付款码支付，支付成功前请不要走开哦。
你好，输一下密码已经满了。输一下密码。
2号收银机成功支付1件商品。
Okay, well now this has just turned into a alien energy review. Ah, that's refreshing. That's a 6.5 out of 10. Not the greatest, but not too bad. It's kind of funny for me because some of these shops here, I recognize the same shops and they've been here for 7+ years, like this one, which is all like gaming accessories. Okay, what I want is actually on the next floor up. Basically, it's just cool to see. Each mall kind of specializes in different products. Man, these people trying to sell watches and stuff, they're just trying to get some extra bucks before Chinese New Year. I respect the hustle, but it just puts off foreigners from wanting to come here. So someone needs to look into that. Okay, so I was just looking at one product. It's a type of camera for use in a car. I know the price should be about 55. And the first thing she said to me is 100. But oh no, she has another model she can offer me for 58. So no, that's not the price. But you see, if you don't have any basis of price here, and you're not even trying to really negotiate, you're just trying to know a price as a ballpark to get started, they might give you like double the price because they think as a foreigner, you don't know what the price is. So they'll try their luck. That's all just part of the fun. And that's why you need to decide, are you coming to Huaqiangbei for sourcing or are you coming for fun? There's two very different purposes. But yeah, you definitely can have a try of doing some bargaining here. And you can always try another shop. Like I'll say for any kind of quotes in China, whether you're dealing with a factory, trading company, or you're in a market, at least get 3 or 4 quotes. Otherwise, you have no idea if what you're paying is right. Hello. Oh, so this one. So, like I said, this shop has pretty much the same products. Okay, so as an example, I'm just at this shop here. So shout out to Shenzhen Tai Electronics Co. C030. So you can see like here, these guys are just like a little trading company. You'll see these same kind of products all over Huaqiangbei. But the purpose of it is not necessarily for a foreigner to come here. It's because some guy is probably selling this on eBay or Temu or AliExpress. And so he's coming here to pick up the product. Like this camera right here, he's got this on Temu. Let's say he sells 20 units today. He'll come here tomorrow to pick up his 20 units and he'll go ship it. There's no need for this boss to really speak English because he doesn't need to. And 99% of his clients are probably Chinese, although the end client is probably you or me. Yeah, so even he is doing some domestic orders as well, you can see. So yeah, it's pretty cool how all these little shops work. And yeah, if you wanted to, you could just ask them for their WeChat and transact with them. Where you will have troubles probably is being able to pay these kind of suppliers. Of course, the price is going to be much cheaper than AliExpress or Alibaba, let's say. There's been a bit that's happened lately with VAT law changes in China where since October 1st, they've forced e-commerce platforms to charge, well, basically send all of the transaction data to the tax bureaus, which has forced VAT to be collected up front. I'll make another video about this in the future, but yeah. At the minimum, if you were to buy something in Huaqiangbei, assuming you're not getting an invoice, you're probably going to pay 13 to 20% less than what it should be on sites like Alibaba. Part of that is because there may not be tax included, but also because these small guys, they don't have the language capability often to be on sites like Alibaba. And the platform fees to actually be on Alibaba are actually pretty expensive. For a small business, it's not worth it. So yeah, everyone kind of sticks to their niche and what they're best at. Everyone tries their luck. Shout out to New Zealand, Tonga, and Samoa. This is the Huaqiangbei AI Tech Hub. I've come here because I actually have a friend who I haven't seen for many years. His name is Henk. He runs a makerspace, kind of co-working space called Troublemaker. They're just setting up the lanterns. I've never been in this building. The last time I saw Henk and Troublemaker was before COVID, so it's been a while. Here we are. Hello, sir.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good. Likewise. Okay, guys, so this is Troublemaker. Effectively, it's a makerspace, co-working space, and everything in between. So this is their new location. Really cool to see. So if you were visiting Shenzhen, for example, and you wanted a co-work space for a day, a month, or whatever, this is the place. And what's amazing, got to be mindful of what's around here. You can see all the electrical equipment, it's like 3D printers. You can do product prototyping, everything here. A lot of the stuff is too technical for me, but really cool. This is the big boss right here. So I'm curious, Hank, like what kind of people do you like to see here at Troublemaker?
I like to see people that are really determined to bring a physical product to market and who want to get access to Chinese, like mostly foreign engineers or designers, service providers in China and Chinese manufacturers to have a high quality, well produced product which is competitive in price so that they can get a market share and who also have the budget to do that. We have everything lined up for them to succeed in their goal.
Awesome. Yeah, I will probably come back sometime and do a proper sit-down interview with Hank because he's got so many amazing things to talk about and so many great things he's planning to do. We just had a coffee for the last 1 hour. The way I would explain it, if you're someone who is a designer or a maker and you've seen what is Huaqiangbei over the years on social media and you need a starting point, Troublemaker is probably the best resource. Well, to be honest, the only foreign-friendly resource. Is a great community as well. You obviously got all the equipment, the network here. I would highly recommend it myself. So yeah, that's going to be my wrap today in Huaqiangbei. As I say, this is like a non-edited video. I'm just trying to get more camera confident, I suppose. But if there's anything particular you want to see, I will be filming more after Chinese New Year. All right, cheers guys.